Hey guys, Jeremy here. So let's talk about the course and what you're gonna actually get if you choose to purchase it. Now, the way that I've designed the listing blueprint is it's 7 days of learning, it's 9 modules, and in those modules, at the time of recording this, there's a little over 40 videos. So that's what you should prepare for. But the way that the modules are laid out is in sequence with how you're gonna need them to actually run this process with a client. So module 1, we're gonna look at the intake process. And this is important because this sets the foundation for everything. It sets the foundation for how the experience is going to go for your client, but it also gives you checklists and ways to actually ask questions to make sure you get all the information right up front so that by the time you get to the later part of the process, you've got all the information and you're not scrambling. From the intake, we're going to go into the pricing phase. Now, the pricing sequence is how you actually price a home. And honestly, this module is probably worth the price of admission alone. I've heard really good feedback from other realtors because what it is it's a 20-step sequence to actually price a home properly. So by the time you go through these 20 steps, you're gonna have a very clear idea of what your home is worth, how much you should list for, what your range is. And this module also talks about positioning so that when you talk to your client, you can educate them, give them a real understanding of how they should sit and let them make the right decision to move forward. It's probably one of the biggest secrets that a lot of the top listing agents have is that they don't choose the price. They give enough information that their clients choose the right price. From there, we're gonna go to the listing presentation module. Now in this module, this is a heavy one and I made this an entire day of learning because it's the entire start to finish listing presentation. But when you think about it, it's important because this process is very successful. It works very, very well. But the more buy-in you get from your client and the more they understand why you're taking all these different steps, the more you're gonna have success with this because they're gonna put in extra effort with you. From this module, we're gonna go into the home preparation phase. And this gets overlooked, but in this module, there's a 5-step process to how you actually prepare a home for the market. You walk through this process with your client so that they're a part of it, and this is gonna give you some really good tips and ways of looking at homes to make them show better. From that module, we're gonna go into the marketing phase. Now, a lot of us have been taught to just take some nice photos, take the listing, put it on the market, throw mud at the wall and hope something sticks. In this module, I wanted to really focus on what it takes to be a good marketing agent. Now, this means that we always want to focus on who is our ideal buyer. And this is something, again, that gets overlooked, but it's important. I don't want just anybody to buy this home. I want the buyer that sees the most value to be interested in this home. From that module, we're going to go on to the launching and management module. You've done all this work to get it to market, but what happens between the time you're on the market and the time you get an offer? Well, there's a sequence that you should be following because there's a lot of jobs you have in this point. You're managing expectations, you're communicating with the client, you're collecting feedback from the showings, and you're making decisions on the fly of, are we priced right? Are we not priced right? Have we had enough showings? How do we need to adjust to make sure we get to that offer? From there, we're gonna go to the module called negotiation. And this is great because you've done all this work again to get the offer. 90% of your job with this process is done by the time you get here, but you really want good, strong principles when it comes to negotiating to make sure you get the terms that are most important to your client. After you've accepted the offer, we're gonna go to the last module, which is the accepted offer and closing. And this is gonna take you through a sequence of, you've got that offer, how do I get subjects off? And more importantly, how do I communicate with my client from the time subjects are off to the time we actually close? Thanks for watching the rest of this video, and hopefully we see you on the other side.